Uh-oh. Does it work? Hi! Hello? Uh-oh. It's not working. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Hello? Does it work? Can you see me? We hear you. Okay. Do you hear me now? Just double checking. I'm trying to work with push to talk, and push to talk doesn't work. You guys can hear me no matter what I do. Well, whatever. Whatever. So, can you hear me now? Okay. Well, I don't know if the push to talk works. Because I really rely on push to talk because I make a lot of noises. I live in an old house and it's really creaky. It's like old, like Strahd's house. Speaking of Strahd, there's a new Strahd book, guys. It came out like an hour ago. Did you know? And guess what? Since most of you guys are furries, there's a new furry race. Isn't that exciting? Furry class. A furry race. It's called Lupin. There they are. Lupin. They're wolf people. We love furries. Yeah. Right. So, disclaimer, by the way, I'm going to be doing a terrible job reading chats because I've never streamed before, and also, I'm going to be first reacting to this. Speaking of which, is the volume good enough, or am I too loud? I'm kind of boring? I'm reading kind of boring. Just read the book. Choppy sound. Is that better or is that worse? Right, well, anyways. Okay, volume is good. Alright, so, this book here is scary. And I'm scared of chats too. I'm scared of streaming. So if I just like freeze up and I'm not entertaining or I'm just not reading properly, you know why. It's because I'm scared. I'm even shivering right now. Look at my avatar. I'm like... And by the way, Gator's out of town. He went to swim. Because he's a gator. Right, anyways. So, let's start reading. So these are werewolf people. I mean, not really. So they're like hybrid transformation. They're stuck in hybrid transformation. And I have looked a little bit in this book before starting the stream. Because I was like curious about some things. But I haven't really read the things. I've just been skimming. And that's, skimming and looking at the beautiful pictures, Anywho. So these guys are, from what I saw from my skim, are actually pretty nuts. They can be small size, which is what we want. And you choose when you select the species, what size it is. It can be like a mix, kind of like vampire and stuff like that. I assume so. Flavor is free. By the way, first impressions, I'm bound to get rules wrong because, well, I'm also reading chats and I'm reacting to this thing and I'm trying to keep things on topic and we're basically speedrunning a little bit, you know? Anywho, so these guys, they do slashing damage with unarmed strikes instead of bludgeoning. In addition, when they make an armed strike with their attack, you can use both the damage and the shove option. Which means, you know, you can shove people onto the ground or you push them 5 feet away. Which is actually really sick. I mean, like, for marshals, hell yeah, you know, you can first do damage to them. You know, if you hit on the first attack and, yeah, it lands, you can force them prone, and then from there, everything is advantage. Which is sick. And, on the last hit, you can shove them, right? Now, keep in mind, you can only benefit this, use this once per turn. So, yeah. It's ideally, you should use it on the first attack. But still, though, you know, the first attack might not land, the last attack might land. And if it's the last attack, I recommend shove. Unless there's other marshals in your party, which there's bound to be. I mean, you guys love marshals very much. Right, so, as for howl, you do an awoo, or awoo, because you guys are furries, and it's a bonus action, and it kind of functions like Draconic Cry from Cobalt, but the sick thing is, it's 15 feet instead of 10 feet, and, holy shit, you give them disadvantage on attack rolls, and saving throws until the start of your next turn. Which is crazy. So now I'm like sort of convinced to like, you know, instead of be a kobold, I'm convinced to become a lupin now. So I might get bitten on purpose. But too bad I don't know any lupins. I'm gonna have to go to Strahdland. But yeah, you know, hell yeah, I'm playing these. As for the other species, I mean, from what I could see from the skim, they look pretty much the same. I was looking at Vampire, because, you know, that's actually the best one in the past. I mean, I'd say it's still, this one is still the best one, dude. Because, like, they can walk on the ceiling. Oh, yeah, by the way, I can touch my own ceiling. You know, small kobold cave, right? Yeah, you can walk on the ceiling and then just fling cantrips. And usually, I mean, mobs can still get you because ceilings in dungeons are usually, like, 20 feet high. Like, if you read a bunch of modules, you'll realize everything is usually 20 feet. Which kind of screws with this technique, but, you know, it's still beneficial when there's a wide room. And that's, you know, whatever. The drain is the same. Yeah, it's basically the same. Hexblood, who cares about them? The cool thing about... Actually, never mind. Screw them. And Reborn, I don't think they got this before, but, you know, they don't get exhaustion from Actually, this is the same. But I don't remember the 4-hour thing. They only need to long rest for 4 hours. No, this is main content, dude. Yeah. I'm reading chat now for the first time. Is there anything else I missed? No, I don't think so. All right. Feats. When you take the search or study action, you can give yourself advantage on any ability check made as part of that action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. If the check fails, the use of this feature isn't expended. Okay. So, in the past, this would be kind of sick. Because surprise was so deadly, right? If you failed perception, you could be surprised. And then, you know, the enemies would have like an entire round where they can do things to you where you can't do anything to them. But that was nerfed. Surprise was nerfed. So this is no longer that useful. And besides, usually when a search or a study check is called for, everybody's rolling anyways, and they're using guidance and all that jazz, right? Look at this guy. He's like, ooh. He looks more nervous than me. Ooh. Survivor. Whenever you roll initiative, you can re-roll the d20. If the number rolled is 9 or lower, you must use the new roll. That's actually pretty good. Good job starting a stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you for $2. Thank you very much, a high ruler. I've only played one Zelda game, and it was Wind Waker. Anywho. Steel yourself is the other part of the feats. When you fail a saving throw to avoid or end the charmed or frightened condition, you can take a reaction to add a bonus to the roll, potentially causing it to succeed. The bonus is equal to your proficiency bonus. This sounds like a late game feat. It is pretty good. It's not a half feat. I still recommend grabbing alerts or magic initiate first. And if you have the space to grab this feat, I'd say yeah, that's a pretty good idea. This does suck, though, that this is just once per long rest, though. But this is the part we actually care about, the initiative. Although it's not, it's just a reroll, and you have to use the new roll. So you can potentially roll worse, which can hurt you. But like, I don't know. It depends on the situation, really. But yeah, I'm probably... The thing is, it's okay. It's like above average. The thing is, I'm probably going to forget this even exists, because there are a lot of other feats that are worth grabbing more, especially alerts. Like, oh my god. Right. So the Dark Gifts, I'm debating whether I should cover them or not. The Dark Gifts have always been in the game. In the old 5e version, they were basically spoiler territory. There's a specific part in Curse of Strahd where you get Dark Gifts. But, yeah, so I'm debating whether I should do it. It says here, a DM can bestow a dark gift feat on a character during the course of an adventure. And that's, of course, reliant on, you know, you playing in, like, a Curse of Strahd or, you know, this sort of setting. And usually I don't go for those kind of setting feats or cover them. So we're going to jump elsewhere. I suppose I could just slowly, like, show you all of them. So you can pause the video, pause the stream, so you know them, right? But I won't be covering them here. So here we go. Slow motion. Slow motion. I'm very burpy today. Right. Now, yeah, so this book is on D&D Beyond right now for pre-order. Technically, 70, I don't even know what kind of money that is. Love live streams, thanks, Matt. Thanks, Cobalt. Jubilee. I'm gonna get names wrong. What is your name? Ah, shit. Jubiloom. Your name is too hard for me. I can't read. Listen, I didn't go to school to learn how to read. I learned how to read by reading Dungeons and Dragons. So, you know. Yeah. I'm just a kobold. A kobold. Oh, this is the old stuff. Let's go to something more exciting. Backgrounds, you guys don't care about these. I'm pretty sure everybody, I don't know a single person who uses these. Everybody uses custom backgrounds, right? But hey, pretty pictures, you know. Oh, he's a shadow man. Right. Let's start with, which subclass do you guys want to see first? I am curious. This is not a joke, please read me. Help. I'm being forced to use raw backgrounds. This is not a joke. Oh, you poor man. You poor bold. I'm reading you. I'm reading you in what's his name? Agent 47's voice, which just in my head it sounds funnier when you say that. All right. Reanimator, Warlock, Artie. Let's go in order. Artie in order. I probably won't cover all of these because I'm not gonna lie. I know from the UA they're not gonna do anything special. So I will definitely read Artificer, Warlock, and Sorcerer because I have a friend who's playing one of them, like the Shadow one. So of course I gotta read what the hell it does. And I gotta cover the new Ranger one. Really, the only two that are brand new are the Reanimator and the Ranger one. Everything else is a remake. And my takes on remakes is I don't I don't think they should be making them. I think it's so lame that they're just remaking a bunch of stuff. I want new shit. Oh, I like how this guy's thinking. He's saying skip marshals. Yeah, we're 100% skipping Phantom Rogue. Nobody cares about Phantom Rogue. And what else? Oh, it is just the Phantom Rogue. Even Wizards of the Coast doesn't care. They're like, oh, we'll just throw one marshal in there. I was surprised there was no Hexblade in this. That caught me by surprise. Because in the UA, Hexblade was in there. But whatever. I'm just reading comments. That's why I'm quiet. Right. Right, so Reanimator. This is the flavor text. Gruesome experiments. These grim artificers stitch together servants from disparted corpses and use foul magic to strengthen the living and transform the art of necromancy into terrifying science. Woo! Frankenstein monster. I think flavor text wise this is sick. And so is the arts. I think she might be a furry too. I don't know. Alright. So the spell list. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you guys can. Alright, cool. I don't know if you guys can hear the Morrowind music. I'm kind of cheating. Because I have Morrowind open right now. Like, we can game Morrowind right after this. Look at me, I'm so cool. I'm a wizard. Look at me, kobolds. Right. Oh, you guys can't hear the music? Really? What the heck? Dang. Why don't you hear the music? Can you hear the music now? Unbelievable. You guys don't even hear the music? Well, fuck, man. That sucks. Well, then, I guess it's going to be a pretty quiet stream then. Unfortunately. I didn't know. Well, maybe next time. Right. So, too many distractions. So here's the spell list, right? And so far, Animate Dead is pretty good. So is Death Ward. This doesn't look changed from the UA. It's still got... so yeah, the only thing I personally care about is Animate Dead, Death Ward, and Anti-Life Shell. Unfortunately for Warlock, you know, it takes forever for them to get this. And, of course, they don't have the shield spell, which is a big deal for them. But, you know, getting shield now, you know, through Magic Initiate is so easy. So it's not really that much of a worry. So here's their feature, the Reanimator skill sets. You gain the following benefits. Jolt to life. When you cast a Spare the Dying cantrip, you can modify the spell so that it sends a jolt of electricity through the target, reviving it. In the UA, I said they should remove reviving it. Because I just thought, oh my god, this is a free revivify. But after, like, some feedback, apparently that's not the case. This is just flavor text. And, you know, if the argument is still, this is just flavor text, then so be it. It's just flavor text, and who cares? But I am a little bit skeptical, personally. Anywho, the target regains a number of hit points equal to your Artificer level, and each creature of your choice within 10 foot emanation originating from the target makes a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC, taking 2d4 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. You won't be casting this very often, but, you know, I suppose it's nice. And, you can modify this spell in this way, and right? And then, it scales. You get the point. And Reanimator's tools, you gain proficiency in Alchemist supplies, if you already... Alright. Now... Okay, they don't have the quicker crafting time. That really sucks. Right. That's already convincing me that this is garbage. There's no way I'm playing this. That sucks. And if this sucks, I'm like convinced not to read this, like continue reading. So I'm like skeptical to like continue. But who knows? Maybe the pit is really good. So, let's just skim really quickly. It's friendly to you. It's a pet. Welcome to Pack Tactics. Yes, welcome to Pack Tactics. Dodge action. Right, so AC 10 plus your intelligence mod. So at the start at level 3, it's usually gonna be like 13 AC and then 14 later and then 15. It's got that Death Burst ability. I remember that. So, you know. Now, unfortunately, the burst thing, 10 foot emanation. Let's just jump on a roll 20, right? Roll 20. Let's just jump in here, right? I like to use roll 20 just to show off AoEs and things. Oh yeah, by the way, I gotta fix myself. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right. Ignore the map. Let's go to... Oh yeah, spoilers, by the way, for... Not really. This map I got from the internet. I swear I paid for it. No, I'm lying. I stole it. Don't tell anyone. I know. I actually think I got it from Chipeku. Yeah, I got it from Chipeku. So I did. I helped those guys. Right. Anyways. So 10 foot emanation. Oh yeah. By the way, circles or squares. I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me in the comments. Don't fight me about this. If you fight me, I'm going to be really mad and throw a hissy fit. Anywho. So, this is how big the AoE is, right? I mean, it's fairly big. It's okay. But not really. It's only... The damage, though, is only 2d4 necrotic damage. That's like less than 5 DPR. Because, you know, they gotta make the save and stuff, right? That doesn't look like a Chewbacca map to me. Yeah, I actually don't know if it's a Chewbacca map or not. I don't remember. Alright, anywho. Yeah, so the burst sucks, unfortunately. And then when they get lightning damage, regain hit points equal to the lightning damage. So the cool thing about this, I don't know if I pointed this out in the UA, but you can kind of play like a medic from Team Fortress 2, if I remember right. Because this here, you can hit your pets with this, which is lightning damage, right? And each on your subsequent turns, as a bonus action, you deal 2d12 lightning damage to the target automatically, right? So you can have like a medic beam, like a Team Fortress 2 medic beam on your pets, which I think is kind of sick. But is this very good? No, it's just memes. Memes. After watching you, I started convincing all my DMs on believing squares are circles. Good. I have been diving into D&D as a hobby, thanks in part to your channel, and I even rebuilt your early two-year-old fighter 1 divinity. Oh, I don't remember that. Thank you, Safety 911. $5. Saft 911. I can't read today. I'm so scared. This book is so scary. And also chat is scary too. So I'm just gonna bumblefuck my way through everything. Yeah. Circles are triangles. Right, I'm getting distracted by chat. So, ooh. Right. The dreadful swipe. 1d4 plus your intelligence modifier. And can't take opportunity attacks until the start of your next turn. Well. This is pretty weak sauce, huh? But the HP is 5 plus 5 times your Artificer level. This Blind Sight works with Fog Cloud. Right. This pet sucks. We're gonna move on. Whenever you create a reanimated companion, it gains one of the following options of your choice. Choose when you create the companion. Arcane Conduit. You can cast spells as though you were in the companion's space, but you must use your own senses. Once per turn, when you cast an Artificer spell from the Evocation or Necromancy school and deal damage while your companion is within 120 feet of you, you can add your Intelligence modifier to one of the damage rolls, a roll of that spell. And then you have Ferocity. The damage die of the companion's dreadful swipe is 1d6. Ooh. Right. I'm trying to think. So, evocation spells for artificers. Let's look up spells. Artificer. Second and third level. Evocation. Oh. Well, I did not expect that. Well, all right. All right, let's try necromancy. Wow. Well. Oh my god, that's so funny. Wow. This is an invocation. God, that's so fucking funny. No, because it has to be it has to be an artificer. It can't. Magic missile wouldn't work because it has to be on the artificer list. Cast an artificer spell from the evocation or necromancy. Guys, this subclass sucks. This is not worth covering. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does work with Spare the Dying. I mean, I suppose. Well, okay, let's do a vote. I don't feel like pulling out a poll or like anything like that. Do you guys actually care about this artificer? Because I'm like, I want to move on to the next thing now. Let's see cap. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. We gotta at least see the capstone. Well, I mean, I feel like then I might as well cover everything. Although, you know, I'm just gonna skim this real quick. I don't feel like reading this. So it makes the death burst better. Companion speed, and it gets climb speed. Succeed up 10 foot frightened thing. Swim speed. Yeah, who cares? Right, capstone. You've mastered science of revivification, granting you the following benefits. You can cast Raise Dead once without expending a spell slot or material components. Right? Whatever. You can siphon the animated magic of reanimated. Alright. This sucks. We're gonna move on. I really don't feel like reading Bard. Let's jump to something more exciting. Let's go to Undead Warlock. Because this is the one I'm excited for. You guys like Warlock, right? Come on, I love Warlock! Oh, Gator's back. Say hello to Gator. I feel like the chat is just slow for me. Or maybe that's the OBS chat. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now everyone's excited about Gator. Yeah, so it's the OBS chat that's really slow. I don't know if the YouTube chat is faster. I'm like learning things as I'm going. Let's see here. F. That's us being asleep. Oh, are you asleep? Sleepy time. Sleepy Bolt. Sleepy Joe. Well, I mean, this subclass, you know, Warlocks are basically Sleepy Joes when you think about it, right? And Sleepy Joe is really good at this game. Like, holy shit. We love Sleepy Joe. So, Undead. So, bonus action, avatar, yeah, so magical girl transformation here, right? You can even see it from the picture. She's getting swarmed by these undead girls, right? You can see they're girls because of the haircuts, right? Becoming a magical girl. And you gain the benefit for 1 minute. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm assuming you guys know a little bit about the old subclasses, right? But yeah, this is basically exactly the same. Now, this here, this spell list. So, I can already notice they lost their really good spell. They lost Phantom Steed. Yeah, that sucks. No Phantom Steed. Unbelievable. They lost Phantom Steed. They lost Death Ward. Wow. What the heck? This sucks. They still have Anti-Life Shell. That's pretty good. And Phantasmal Force. But yeah, this, guys, this is another reason why you should hate Tash's summons, by the way. Because Phantom Steed was replaced by Summon Undead. Now, to be fair, Summon Undead is one of the better Tasha summon spells nowadays. But still, though... Angry Cobalt. I'm so angry. Yeah, Phantasmal Killer is alright. But, I don't know. Greater Invisibility. I know quite a few of you guys like that spell. I mean, it's alright. It's only 1 minute, though. But yeah, you can't spook people with the spooky horse. And you can't, like, ritual summon, like, 1 billion of them. Because, 2024 Warlock, by the way, if I remember right, they can ritual cast without having their specific invocation. So, the Phantom Steed here would be sick. Another thing that would be sick on a Warlock, although I don't think they would ever dare do this. They would never, ever hand a Warlock Animate Dead. They're so afraid to do that. And I mean, I kind of understand why they would be afraid of that. Even I would hesitate. I'll be like, should I give it to the Warlock? Yeah, ritual casting spells takes 10 minutes. But here's the crazy thing about ritual casting. you can still walk, you can still run, and like even like ride a horse while ritual casting. So, you know, while you're riding your Phantom Steed 100 feet or 20 feet, full speed, dashing around, you can ritual cast the next Phantom Steed. Because nothing in the ritual rule actually prevents you from doing that. Now, you can argue that's good or bad. Admittedly, I think that's bad for the game. I mean, you shouldn't... you should probably not be able to ritual cast on, like, a horse or... I mean, it's debatable whether walking around should not be allowed. I think walking... I don't know. I'm probably talking out of my butt now. Anyway, who cares? Let's move on to the other features. We're being so slow. Level 6, Grave Touched. Necrotic damage from your attacks, Warlock spells, and Warlock features ignore resistance to necrotic damage. That's new. Once per turn, when you cast a spell that deals damage, you can change that spell's damage type to necrotic. That is old. Okay? Dreaded Necrosis. When you hit a creature with an attack roll and deal necrotic damage while using your form of dread, you can roll one additional damage die when determining the necrotic damage the target takes. You can use this benefit once per turn. That is also old. And then the one with the exhaustion, that is exactly the same. So the only thing that's new here is this here. Which is pretty good. Yeah. But you know what's also pretty good here? If I got Phantom Steed here, usually I get Phantom Steed at level 5. But I don't get that anymore. Hey Kobold, I had some idea some time ago for a rogue. Right. Let's focus on the Warlock. I don't want to talk about rogue. We're pretending rogue doesn't exist right now. The UA one, I don't remember what the UA one was, but anyways. I keep a horse in Death Ward. Alright, so, level 10, Necrotic Husk. Gain the following benefits. Necrotic, you get resistance to necrotic damage while in your form, and immunity. Oh, wait. Yeah, resistance to necrotic damage while in your form of dread, you gain immunity to necrotic damage. That's new. And drop to 0 HP. And you explode in a 30-foot emanation. Constitution saving throw. Take 2d10 plus your charisma modifier on a failed save. Alright. So. And then you get twice your warlock level. And you gain 1 level of exhaustion. You can only use this benefit. Okay. So it's a short rest feature. I think this is a boost. I don't remember. I did have Warlock open here somewhere. Undead. No, wait. Yeah. Right. So you could only use this... you have to take 1d4 long rests. Now it's once per short rest. Okay. So this is a boost. Good stuff. Yeah, the damage is nothing really. And again, like, this is a feature. So the thing with these explode, you hit 0 and then you explode features. I mean, they're alright. But if you play well, this will almost never happen. And also keep in mind, the old version had Death Ward. So, like, it had multiple, like, safety nets, especially when you're taking multiple short rests. You're basically, in a way, rest casting the Death Wards, right? Because that's what the previous old Warlock would do. They would just... it depends on the party, but, like, some optimized parties would absolutely abuse that. I know parties who would do that. Anywho, at least exploding sounds fun. I wouldn't. No, I don't know. I would not enjoy exploding in real life. That does not sound fun. I mean, I guess the feature's fun. Yeah. So, Capstone. You get resistance to bludgeoning, piercing. So, before, this is exactly the same as the UA version. The old version was a lot more descriptive in the flavor text, where you became like a literal ghost. And that was really cool, right? Unfortunately, it looks like they just completely scrapped that idea, because now you're just flying, and you can still hover. You can move through creatures and objects. So you are a ghost. Never mind. Okay, that's pretty sweet. But I don't know. It's debatable if you like the flavor text or not. I mean, I like the less words stuff, because, flavor is free, and also this is easier to read than, like, all of this. You see what I mean? I mean, to be fair, this is pretty easy to read too, because usually you'll just read the bullet points, right? You didn't give... Oh, I didn't give resistances? Oh. Well, good thing I have you guys, because... Bye, Gamma! Bye-bye! We like Gamma. Gamma's cool. He hangs out on Discord a lot. He's there every single day. Anywho, boop 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 boop. I am really sad that push to talk doesn't work, because I am a big push to talk enjoyer, and I can't figure it out on this OBS. I burp a lot. I'm a burpy bold. How many people are in the stream right now? 253 people. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's a lot of kobolds. A lot of gators. Alright. Back to this. Whenever you cast a warlock spell from the Conjuration or Necrotic School, you can cast it without a... Oh. Was that before? No. That's sweet. No, it's right there. Okay. Does this feature mean you can end your turn inside the ground or inside the wall? I mean, you can... So here's the thing. I mean, yeah, the awkward thing about occupied space is when you end your turn in an occupied space, you're also knocked prone, which is really funny. And then you're shifted to a occupied space, if I remember right. It was something like that. I don't even remember where I read that, but it exists somewhere. And I don't remember if that just applies to creatures. But anywho, yeah, something like that. All right. So I don't like this new warlock. Unfortunately. I mean, you can argue, hey, deserved. This warlock was one of the best. And I can see that. I get that. But, man. Yeah, so, Narc, I don't know. I don't remember. Because I don't remember where I read that page. I would look at that up right now, but, like, I don't remember where to look. I mean, we can do a little bit of an investigation. So, let's see here. Library. Player's Handbook. Playing the game. Occupied space. Oh, here we go. To enter a square, you must... It costs 1 square. Oh. This is not it. Moving around other creatures. You can't willingly end your turn in an occupied space by another creature. Okay, it's another creature. So you can end your turn inside an object. And the awesome thing about that is you have full cover, like absolutely 100%. You can't even be targeted. So that's actually sick. I mean, you only take 1d10 damage, right? Let's see here. But you take 1d10 damage if you end your turn. Yeah. So you only take 1d10 damage. Which, like, at level 14, who cares? That's 5 damage on average, right? Yeah, so it's 100% worth doing. I haven't actually thought of it that way. But at the same time, like, obviously you don't want to end your turn. If it's avoidable, like, obviously you should... Instead of ending your turn in the wall, you should end your turn behind the wall, you know? But, you know, sometimes that's not the case, or you don't know the terrain of the place, right? But, you know, it is an option, and 5 damage is like, who gives a shit? Your hit point pool at this level, at level 14, is probably, like, up in the 80s or 90s? I don't know. And also, you don't, you know... If you were out in the open... and you're about to be targeted by a spell or, like, an attack or arrows, whatever, right? You're going to take more damage from that if it hits than, you know, the freaking wall that you're inside. Oh, yeah, you can even go down in the floor. Yeah. Damn. That's cool. I should stream more often so you guys can, like, give me more ideas. You guys are helping me optimize. But the bad thing about streaming is I feel like I waste a lot of time. And there's like a lot of bullshit with streaming, I feel. But, you know, so far we've kept things pretty on topic. So that's pretty good. We haven't drifted off the conversation to something like, oh... Rogue, random rogue, or Morrowind. Morrowind. Look. Morrowind. Morrowind. Alright, anyways. Anyways. Let's go to Hollow Warden, the Ranger. So, I think there's... Right. So, in the UA version, this Ranger was actually really nuts. And it was two things, really, that stuck out to me. And that was the spell list and the AC increase for Hunter's Mark. So let's see if that lives on. I can already see that Phantom Steed lives on, which is like, yes! Yes! Phantom Steed! So, Undead Warlock lost their Phantom Steed, and Hollow Warden got the Phantom Steed. That's what we care about, Phantom Steed. Steelwind Strike. This is a fun meme. Like, Phantom Steed is actually kind of good. It's just pure fun. So I'm happy to see this here, because I'll absolutely cast this on the Ranger. It's actually pretty sick on the Ranger. Yeah. But the horse, ooh, that is really good. Really, really, really good. Now, Wrath of the Wild. Flavor text, flavor text, flavor text, flavor text. You gain the following benefits for 1 minute or until... Oh yeah, it's a bonus action. 1 minute or until you're incapacitated, die, and da-da-da-da-da. It's a transformation, right? Bonus action transformation for 1 minute. And you gain Ancient Armor. You gain +1 AC as your body turns into a rotten bark and... Yeah, nasty stuff. This bonus increases to +2 when you reach Ranger level 11. This was nerfed. Okay. I'm actually not surprised about that, but they did keep it though. I mean, they kept part of it. And AC increases is always going to be good, no matter what. So, yeah. I'm not going to argue with that. Hell yeah, let's get some AC. Oh, another thing. The bonus action, when you use a bonus action, it's not forcing you to use Hunter's Mark. You're using Favored Enemy instead, which is amazing. That's really good. We're not forced into Hunter's Mark, guys. Isn't that exciting? Yeah! All right. The next feature, immediately after a creature you can see within 5 feet of yourself deals damage to you or one of your allies, you can make an opportunity attack against that creature. It's all right. I mean, so the thing is, right? I mean, if you're in melee with another martial, like another, I wouldn't say a rogue, because rogues are like cunning action disengaging, right? About like a fighter or a barbarian. There we go. Then this could be kind of sick, because you know you can just get off a thing. But I don't know. The aura, when you transform. And at the start of each of your subsequent turns, each creature of your choice in a 10-foot emanation originating from you makes a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, a creature has the frighten condition until the start of your next turn. That's actually really good. Right, so, and it's 10-foot emanation. Let's put down a token. This is Aurelius. He is a warlock. A genie warlock. So that's how big the emanation is, right? If... Here's a kobold. If they're here, right? And they failed against the save, right? Then the melee enemy, or even like, yeah, the melee enemy can't approach Mr. Aurelius, right? So from there, he could just shoot them, or just walk backwards and shoot them, right? Which gives you guys, you know, if they can't reach you, it's 0 damage that round, which is amazing. Another thing is, if you're in melee range, right, and they fail to save, can you just... Hold on. At the start of each of your subsequent turns. Okay. So it's at the start of your turn. Okay. Right, so at the start of your turn and they fail to save, I mean, disengage, moving away, right, still triggers an opportunity attack, but that will be made with disadvantage, right? And that is worth doing because, you know, an opportunity attack like this is just one attack. If they have multi-attack, right, you don't want to be in melee range when they have multi-attack on their turn, right? And, you know, they're frightened. They can't move. So it is pretty optimal to just move away so they don't get to use that multi-attack. And also you're baiting out a reaction, which can mean another thing, right? So, yeah, I mean, if the enemy fails the frighten condition at the start of your turn, it's 10-foot emanation. Yeah, if the enemy fails against the frighten condition, move away. Unless you're like super low level where they do one attack anyways, right? It's pretty awesome. And you know, even if you're playing a melee ranger, this is still beneficial to do because again, you don't want to get hit by that stupid multi-attack thing because you take more damage potentially, right? This is pretty good. Anywho. Oh yeah, another thing. No, it's not relevant to this talk. Let's not do that. Actually, never mind. Next feature. You gain bonus to Constitution saving throws equal to your Wisdom modifier. Really good. You really need this feature. Because, Rangers are feat starved. At level 4, they desperately need sharpshooter or crossbow experts. Those kind of feats. Potentially even Great Weapon Master. Right? So they won't have the opportunity to fully protect their concentration unless, they take that 1 level dip at the beginning of their build. Right? So this is amazing. So this is not part of natural progression. In addition, once per turn when you hit a creature with an attack roll, while you are transformed using Wrath of the Wild, you regain a number of hit points equal to 1d10 plus your Wisdom modifier, provided you are bloodied when you hit. Alright. I'm helpful, but I wouldn't rely on that too much. It's just nice to have. Rotten violence. We like violence. Your dedication to wild eldritch beings alter you further. Gain the following features. Manifesting arrow. Aura. When a creature fails its saving throw against your unnerving aura, it also can't regain hit points or take reactions until the start of your next turn. Oh. That actually... Oh. Wow. That makes it a lot easier to just move away, because then they won't be able to attack you, and they'll be stuck there frightened. That's sick. And you know... Oh, I mean... Then again, like, is that actually good? It depends. I mean, because keep in mind, at that level... You do have Phantom Steed at this level. That you do. But, you know, still though, you won't always have your horse. You know, the horse is pretty easy to kill. Well, I mean, it's a Phantom Steed. Phantom Steeds is a little bit harder to kill. Because they slowly fade away. It depends on how your DM rules it. Yeah, the regain HP part isn't that good, but like we're talking about the reactions thing, which is actually sick on you. It's amazing. All right, next is when you hit a creature with an attack roll using a weapon, you can activate the Sap or Slow Mastery property in addition to a different mastery property using that weapon, right? So. I did forget to talk about weapon masteries for the Ranger. But, you know, they're not really that special. Disadvantage. I mean, they're going to basically, if they fail to save, they're going to have disadvantage. And slow is actually good. Because, especially when you're range with your Phantom Steed, you know, you're reducing speed when you hit the creature, right? And I'm trying to think here. Crossbows, don't they use the slow property? Do any of you guys remember? I'm gonna look it up. I feel like you guys are too slow. I'm an impatient kobold. Weapons. There it is. Weapons. Light crossbow, slow. Short bow, Vex. Heavy. Slow. Where's the longbow? Slow. Push. I mean, you could push and slow. That's pretty good. Yeah. But wait, does this stack? The slow and slow stack? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. In addition to a different... Okay, in addition. All right, okay, difference. So it doesn't stack. All right. I mean, it's still, though, good stuff. Heavy crossbow. So that means you need sharpshooter, crossbow experts, and great weapon master if you can get it. It is such a pain in the ass to get that 13 strength. So, yeah. Slow mastery specifies that it doesn't stack with other yeah, it's true. Alright, let's just move on to the capstone. Ominous Strikes. When you hit a creature that has the Frighten condition with an attack roll, that attack deals extra damage equal to your Wisdom modifier. Alright? Persistent Wrath. If you're reduced to 0 HP while you're in your form, yeah, it's that hit points thing, right? It's twice your ranger level, which isn't much. Once you use this feature, it's a long rest thing. All right. And you have immunity to exhaustion. Okay. Well, I mean, I was going to say, this capstone kind of sucks. Like, it's whatever, right? I mean, it's nice to have. But timeless, man. Holy shit. Oh my god. You can get so much shit done with that. So much crafting. So much things in, like, downtime things. And that can even be roleplay, because you just keep going and going and going and going and going. The only thing that's you're limited to is, like, if you're out of resources, right? Guys, magic jar your ranger. I mean, you could, what you could do, I suppose, is you could, wait, can you, do they count as a construct? I was going to say, can you simulacrum the ranger and then magic jar that? That sounds like a terrible idea. Well, whatever, I'm not going to entertain that idea. It sounds like a terrible idea. Maybe you can. Alright. Here's the Phantom Rogue. Oh, I'm edgy. I have an undead hand. An undead leg. Some rogues... If I remember right, the previous flavor text... By the way, we're not reading this rogue. Screw the rogue. But... Anyways, if I remember right, the previous rogue, Phantom Rogue, had like flavor text about it dying, like a noob. So, we're gonna pretend he's a noob. It's probably bad. No spells. And usually, rogue subclasses are terrible. There's only Thief Rogue and Arcane Trickster. Alright. Now, the last subclass I wanted to check out was the Shadow Sorcerer. And then I think I'm going to end the stream. I don't know. I might answer some questions and hang out with you guys. I don't know. I hope that's alright with you guys. I don't know if you guys expected, like, oh, cover everything. Read Cleric. But I have a feeling that Cleric's going to be really boring. It's going to be like, oh, Grave Cleric, I'm going to go to bed and sleep in the grave. Those guys get Death Ward. Anywho, Shadow. Shadow. Dude, I just joined. Well, welcome. Oh, I love you too, Poo-Poo. You can't just skip past those who want to read it. Well, I mean, I could just slowly skim it to you guys. I mean, just slowly, like, show you guys the text so you could pause the screen and stuff like that. I guess I could do that. Just to read faster. Right. Fine then. We're going to jump into it. Shadow. Bane, darkness, inflicts wounds, pass without trace. Hunger Vidar. Hunger Vidar is like really good on the sorcerer. So is pass without trace. Although it's nerfed. Well, still though. Contagion and creation. No. But Hunger Vidar is the big one. That is sick. I don't think they normally get that. No, they don't. Right. That's really good. Power of Shadow. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells. Eyes of Darkness. You have dark vision with a range of 120 feet and blind sight of 10 feet. In addition, if a spell you cast creates an area of darkness, you can see normally through that spell's darkness. So, pretty good, because that's always advantage. I mean, it's good for those wolf encounters, right? And kobold encounters. It's just that your party might have some difficulty with darkness. But, you know, it's nice to have. It definitely has its uses. It's gonna happen. Pack Tactics is bound to happen. Even on YouTube. Subscribe to Pack Tactics right now, guys. I know I'm like super scared and jittery because, you know, I've never done a live stream before and I'm covering a scary book. But yeah, I am subscribe to me. Yes, you can see through Hunger of Adar if you're outside it. Which is sick. Yeah, you can also hide in your own darkness. But usually it's not really that good. Because, well, you could have flung out a spell or something, right? And there's too much setup. Like, round 1, you set up darkness. Then round 2, you take the hide action usually. Unless you're a goblin, because then you can just bonus action hide, like immediately. Just like that. Which is the awesome thing about goblins. Goblins are a little bit underrated in this system. I haven't really talked about them. There's a bunch of things I haven't talked about, and I've been around for like 5 years doing this stuff. Anyway, Strength of the Grave. If you drop to 0 HP, it's one of these features again. You make a charisma saving throw. On a success, your HP instead changes to... So it's like a easy... a weaker death ward, really. That's a gamble on a charisma save. And you can only use this once per long rest. Right. Nice to have. So, already, like, these features are not really something I would go for. I mean, I would still go that Clockwork Sorcerer, because that is crazy. Clockwork Sorcerer gets a lot of good shit. But, you know, then again, we've only read one feature, right? So, let's see if it gets better. Now it's the pet one. You can call forth a hound. You can spend 3 sorcery points to cast Summon Beast as a bonus action without expending a spell slot. And without preparing it and material components. That's pretty big. Alright, no material components. So you don't need to pay that stupid tax of 200 gold. I only remember it's 200... Is it 200 gold? It's something like that. So, every time I bring this up, right? If you're watching this and you're still like, oh, why does Kobold hate Tasha Summon so much? Well, 200 gold can get you a magic item in crafting. Like, you can get if you craft with a friend, you can get an uncommon magic item in 5 days. Or you can craft 4 first level scrolls. That's more resources. And having 4 scrolls of, let's say, Healing Word or Cure Wounds or Hex or... Wait, what does Sorcerers have? What is good on a Sorcerer? I don't remember. Sleep? I'm trying to think now. Well, whatever. Right? Anyways. 4 resources. And these are backup resources in case you're out of spell slots. That's way better. That's way better than this summon. Oh yeah, duh, idiot. Yes. Shield scrolls, or like you can get an Enspelled Staff of... I don't remember if you could get the Find Familiar one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can argue, oh, downtime dependent. But, like, I feel like that's just... It's just so easy, because when you travel literally anywhere in Faerun or whatever fantasy you're in, you're going to have downtime on the road, and you're going to sit in a cart or something like that, and that's the opportunity for you to sit on your ass and fucking scribe or make a thing. So I'm not really sold on the idea that it's like 100... I mean, it technically is. Hello, we're covering in the book. That's what's going on. Anywho. Let's just continue reading. The summoned creature appeared, and enemies within 5 feet of the summoned creature has disadvantage on saving throws against your spells. That's pretty good. Well, it depends, right? If you put down like a Hunger of Adar, right, your pet is probably not in the Hunger of Adar because it'll be ripped to shreds, right? And I mean, if it's standing, if you somehow position your your beast in a way where it's 5 feet between like 4 enemies somehow, then it's worth like slinging out a hypnotic pattern, because then they'll have disadvantage, right? And who cares if you shut down your own beast or a stupid marshal? That's worth doing. That's sick. So yeah, pretty good stuff. How long does this pet last? It is around for an hour, right? Yeah. Whenever you cast a spell, you can modify it so it doesn't require concentration. If you do so... Yeah, I mean, you know... Either way, you know, when you cast a hypnotic pattern, the pet disappears, but they're still going to have disadvantage, right? Or at least that's how I'm interpreting it. But still, though, I mean, it depends on how your DM rules it. But I would be very generous, personally. Big problem, it takes its turn after yours. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a setup, yeah. I mean, there's still a potential, so I'm not going to dismiss that. This fee is alright. It's okay. We like the dog. You can't pet the dog in this game. Level 14, Shadow Walk. When you are in dim light or darkness, you can bonus action teleport. Alright, so yeah, teleport 120 feet to an occupied space. And it also has to be dim light and darkness. So this is like the monk feature from... I forget which one. There's some sort of monk feature. I don't remember if it's exactly... Well, still though, like... It's nice to have. Dim light and darkness is pretty common. That's what I think. You know, dungeon crawls happen. And also, usually... when you're late game, especially when you get, there's a boon that makes it so you get basically the Gloomstalker feature where you're always invisible. When you get that feature, to get that boon, your party's bound to grab it too. And if you guys do, then it's always optimal to walk around in the dark all the time. Because then, everybody has the benefit of just being invisible all the time. It's sick. Well, anyways, that's not really what this does. It's just teleports. It's nice to have. Level 14, though, is pretty deep. Really deep. Last one. Capstone. Umbral Form. You can use your innate sorcery. Oh, yeah. Another thing I forgot to say about the pets here. 3 sorcery points is pretty expensive. Right? And I mean, let's see how expensive it is. Because you can make an argument that it's still not worth doing. Because, you could just make them into spell slots. But I don't know yet. Let's see here. I know that's like a really boring answer, but, I have to be honest. We're optimizing. Hey, Cobalt, great stream. Love from Brazil. Hello. Thank you. You guys are so nice. I was expecting a bunch of Redditors to bully me and treat me like a lol cow. Because I am a little bit of a lol cow in the community. And that's alright. That's alright. Right, so 3 sorcery points can get you a 2nd level spell slots. And that can be Web. That can be Phantasmal Force. That can be... What else? Shit. Here we go. Sorry. I'm jumping all over the place. That can be... Shatter? I mean... Shatter... Rhymes Binding Ice. That is really good. Spider Climb, Vortex Warp, Web. Yeah. So it can be all of those things. But I mean, like, it's still tempting, though. Like, the pet is still tempting, even with 3 sorcery points. But I'm just saying, like, there is versatility. There's more versatility in conserving those sorcery points to get the 2nd level spell slot instead. You know what I mean? And this is a 2nd level spell slot. It is, like, appropriate for its cost, Oh, 2nd level command. Did I get commands? I don't remember. Commands. No, they don't get commands. Ooh. Angry. Wait. Bane. No, they don't get commands. Shit. But yeah, I mean, if you get command through this, then that's pretty... I mean, command through Magic Initiate or something, that's pretty sick. Anyways, we gotta read the capstone, because I was in the middle of that, right? So, when you use your innate sorcery, you can adapt a shadowy form, gain the benefits below while your innate sorcery is active, or until... Once you use it, you can long rest, or spend 6 sorcery points to restore it. Right, incorporeal movements. You can move through creatures and objects. So, okay, ghost thing again. We talked about this. We can, like, go in the wall or go in the grounds for full cover, like 100%. So we can't be targeted, which is sick. And you get resistance to all damage except for... Oh, that is pretty good. That is really good. Damn. Right. So sorcerers, right? Let's see here. Where would that rank? Spellfire sucked. Wild Magic. I DM'd for a Wild Magic and I hated it. Not because they were like super powerful or whatever. I don't really mind the power. I feel like they just took forever to take their fucking turns. That's my personal experience, because they were like, oh, I turned into a pot. Isn't that funny? It was like a gator. It was a gator moment for sure. Anywho, I mean, I would say they're still behind like Aberrant's Sorcerer. Wouldn't you guys? They also get Hunger of Adar. That's sick. But then again, I don't really remember what Aberrant's Sorcerer gets. Well, maybe they're better than Aberrant Sorcerer. Yeah, they're better. Well, I don't know. Somewhere around that park. I don't know my sorcerers very well, apparently. Clockwork is still king. Clockwork is absolute king. They even get Will of Force. And, this here, Trance of Order, is, like, amazing with, Chromatic Orb. Like, holy shit. Anywho. Okay, that's all the subclasses I cared about for this book. Everything else I really don't care about. I mean, maybe there's something in Bard. The thing that's like stopping me from reading Bard is I don't like this stuff. Because it's just like, ugh. Like, this strikes to me as like a Gator feature. But if I remember right, they might have nerfed it. Yeah, they do get Spirit Guardians, though. Which is amazing. Like, holy shit. On a Bard? Hell yeah! And, if you get that, you know, you don't really have to play around with the spirits too much, although I think, most of the it's usually beneficial for you to use this. So absolutely use it. But yeah, if you don't and you just feel like turning off your brain, Spirit Guardians moments. But the bad thing about this is you got to keep in mind you're playing a bard who only has light armor proficiency. So, I do recommend that level 1 fighter dip or artificer dip or whatever, right? But yeah, the Spirit Guardians is sick. Hey, Kobold, I will have my enormous party, 8 parties, fight a green dragon and don't want to make it a pushover. Oh. Well, I mean, the thing with that dragon, right, is it's just one dragon and there's 8 players. Action economy is going to absolutely destroy you. So I do recommend you slap on some legendary actions and resistances and just have more opportunities to do things. They're still going to crush the dragon no matter what, even if you're flying and doing everything correctly and taking advantage of that 10-foot flight, 10-foot reach with claws. I think they have that. But yeah, I would just go into that fight knowing that my dragon is going to get crushed. Even if you do homebrew it a little bit. Anyway, who cares about the dragon? Dungeons and Dragons. What else is there? Yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I guess I could do a little bit of skim. The good news about my coverage is I am not under NDA with Wizards of the Coast this time. So I'm actually allowed to say anything I want and show anything I want. I don't need to be a good boy. I know other content creators here on the YouTube platform did get sponsored by them and they got early access. I was not part of that, which is really strange because I think I was the only one out of all the content creators who covered all 3 of the core rule books. But then they didn't sponsor me for this book. And I was like, what? Why? No, they hate me. No! So I am boo-hoo sad. But, you know, the good news is no NDA. And I did get in trouble with Wizards that one time. That was my bad. Anywho, so yeah, I'll slowly skim it, right, for you guys to read the additional stuff. How long has the stream gone on for? Give me a second. I don't even know. Does OBS say? OBS, what do you say? I don't know how streaming works, so I don't know how long I've been streaming. Can you guys just tell me? Because I have the chat open. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Holy shit. I've been babbling. Alright. Normally I don't really share my opinions on this sort of stuff, but I don't like babble content. So 1 hour and 40 minutes is like, oh, this means it's bad content. But that's just my personal opinion. Whatever. It's a stream. It's expected. Anywho, I'm going to slowly scroll, right? And then, I don't know what I'm going to do. So here we go. Slow scroll. And of course, you guys can pause it, after the stream. You know, this will always be available, you know. You guys already saw this Ranger. Phantom Rogue. I know nobody's going to pause for this. Because who cares? It's a rogue. God. That looks so boring. Right. There we go. I think that was everything. Oh, Grave. Did we just go through Grave? I think we did. Yeah, we did. I think that's everything. Now, I'm curious, though. Is there anything else you guys want to see in this book specifically? I guess we could see the Mygos. I do like Mygos. Because I think the last Lovecraft story I read as a teenager was the Shadow. It's not Shadow over Innsmouth. It's one of the Shadow ones. So it's like the last story he wrote before he died. Anywho, CR9. Resistance to magic. Silver. Resistance to all damage. Cancer breaks if reduced to 0 HP. Oh, that's another thing we gotta check out. So usually when these books come out, is there magic items? We should check out if there's magic items. There's no magic items. There's no new spells. So I did check if there was spells, because that was usually when these books come out, the first thing I look up is the spells. I ignore everything else. I just look up the spells. And I can't see any magic items unless they're in the specific domains of dread, you know, the Ravenloft stuff. There's the body horror. I don't know if I'm going to show these to you guys, because trigger warning, it might be too scary for you guys. It's even scary for me. Like, guys, look at the stream. I am shaking right now. My cobalt body can't stop shaking. So, yeah. Ghost stories. Like, look at that thing. It's pretty scary. If you saw that in real life, you would shit your pants. But yeah, this is just, I don't know. Tips and ideas and plot hooks. I do actually enjoy these as a DM, because you know the Fizzban book, right? The Fizzban book flavor, I mean the adventure hooks, I do actually use them for my own games. So, like, I do think these are pretty useful. Now, you can argue that things, oh, yeah, IRL noob, I already covered the furry race. It's amazing. It's really good. It was the first thing I showed off. Because, you know, there are excited furries on my YouTube channel and Discord. So, yeah. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Adventure hooks. These are really good. I like them. I will probably use them in some... I don't know. I don't know if I'll use them. Anyway. Innsmouth. It is kind of weird that Innsmouth is in this book, and so is Cthulhu. I guess I should show off Cthulhu. I think everybody's seen Cthulhu's sheets by now. I don't know. It was like one of the first things that was shown off. Cthulhu for talking. So, fun fact about Call of Cthulhu, like the book version. Guess who kills Cthulhu in that very book? A bunch of Norwegians with a boat. I am not joking. In the book itself, they ram Cthulhu with a boat, and he turns into smoke. And then that's the end of that. So, if this sheet is too weak, I'm not even surprised. Some Norwegians with a boat managed to kill him too. Gator? No, Cthulhu is not Gator. He doesn't actually die. Well, he turns into smoke. His atoms cease to exist. He does take damage. Yeah, I mean, if you get killed, you do take damage, yeah. Gator is stronger than Cthulhu. Yeah, he is. You know, his bite force is technically stronger than Cthulhu. Yeah, that is true. So he can totally destroy Cthulhu. Because you see, gators have the strongest bite force in the world. In the world. Cthulhu doesn't have that. He's just a big fat monster. And he's vulnerable to boat damage, yeah. Anywho, who cares? Cthulhu sucks. Innsmouth. The thing is, right? I think this is pretty sick. Like, I will absolutely read this on my downtime because I do enjoy stuff like this. Um, but I don't know if I would run it because the thing with these kind of campaigns is, I mean, with Strahd, I don't know. I'm just not. I am fascinated with Lovecraft stuff. Like, I've read a bunch of his books, even like the super racist stuff, which is terrible. Um, the thing with Lovecraft is he's a hit and the miss. Uh, every single story is him just flinging a hammer to see if he hits the nail or not. And when he hits the nail, oh, he really hits the nail. Like the story gets really good. But yeah, I just don't feel like I'm the type of. I'm not really a horror DM, really, even though I've DM'd for 2 years. I mean, DM'd Call of Cthulhu for 2 years. I have tons of experience. I just feel like even with that experience, I'm pretty bad at it because I feel like the characters don't feel that good. That's the only problem I have. But I don't know. Whatever. That's my own gripes. Now, is there actually like a campaign here? I highly doubt it. I think it's basically like Van Richten's here. Cults. Oh, these guys are cool. I love these guys. Wait, is that a new stat block? No, it's not. There's definitely more information here than Van Richten. So this book literally is Van Richten's guide, but it looks like there's a lot more chunk to it. So that's pretty good. But I don't know if the chunk is even better than that. I don't really know. I'm just looking right now. Adventure. This is what I'm looking for. Is there an actual adventure here? Because that would be sick. There's still homework here, unfortunately. I don't like it. I don't really like that. But I mean, it's something to work off of, I suppose. Oh, here we go. Adventure for level 11. Cults. Islands. Hook. Encounters. Okay. It still seems like they're just giving you homework and just random things to do. Right. Okay. That's a bit disappointing. But I mean, you know, the pieces are there. You just gotta fit them together and then come up with something, I suppose. I think that's better handled than Van Richten, to be fair. So, yeah. Alright. I don't know. This is a pretty chunky book. At least it looks like it. Yeah. I mean, that's basically it. I don't really know what to cover now. So, I am done with this book for now. So, Yeah, thank you very much for showing up, guys. How many people are we? We are 192 people, which is still quite a lot. I don't know if it's good for my size, because I've never streamed before. But, you know. What's a Strahd skeleton? Is there a Strahd skeleton? Oh, yeah, I know what a Strahd skeleton is. So there's a thing called a Strahd zombie too, right? And it's one of those things he raises, and it's got like a special stat block. Anywho. Yeah, I think we're done. Now the problem is, I don't know how to end the stream. Oh, now I do. It's pressing this button here. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for showing up. This was a lot of fun. I was expecting to be bullied and I would be scared a lot. I mean, I'm always scared, but, you know. Yeah. I had a good time. If you like this sort of content, please tell me in the comments, because, you know, if it's super popular, then I'll do more of it, you know? And also, I get to talk to you guys, and, you know, you guys gave me ideas for the cover inside the grounds thing, which is pretty optimal. So, good stuff. Good stuff. The problem is, I wish all of you guys were talking in my headset right now and just being like, right? But it would be so overwhelming, and I'm pretty sure one of you guys would say a bad word, and I would get canceled immediately on YouTube. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, I had a good time, and I think I read a lot of comments. I probably missed a bunch. I don't know. Anywho, thank you for watching.